This picture of a digital rock just sold for over 400 ETH, which is about, $1.3 million around this time of recording. No big deal. The highest returns are made by specialists who dominate the NFT market and secure a disproportionate amount of the returns fetched by unique digital assets, aka NFTs. So unless you are one of these specialists or you were one of the people that called the etherrocks, you're probably going to want to know about today's video, which I'm going to tell you. Oh my god, I'm doing the Trump hands. Welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new here, I'm DeFi Bay, and this is not financial advice, where I talk about all things crypto and DeFi related. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe, join the fam, and let's get started. Alright, so this is BlackPool Finance. They are a new fund operating within the NFT industry. The first DAO built solely for NFT gaming and trading. They also now do some more digital art. So BlackPool really believes in the long-term value of scarce digital assets such as NFTs, and they understand that there's a high level of specialization required to get the highest returns for each niche in the NFT space, such as gaming, sports, digital art, apparently digital rocks too. They generate cash flows and accrue value for the DAO, or a decentralized autonomous organization, by taking arbitrage opportunities between primary and secondary markets, loaning out assets, buying and selling assets based on news, scouting for assets that will accrue in value, buying early, in-game competition. Their long-term goal is to provide the democratized access to the scarcest NFTs that you or I may not be able to afford ourselves. But together, collectively, through BlackPool, we're able to have exposure to some of these scarce assets and reap the rewards while minimizing our risks. For example, if you hold the token, then there is much more liquidity than if you were to hold the actual NFT, fractionalized or not. And BlackPool is decentralized through the DAO mechanism. BlackPool finances active specialist pools of capital managed by engaged individuals on a selection of growing NFT platforms, including but not limited to the SoRare team, set of axies, Decentraland parcels, fully built out to generate throughput, actively managed collection of digital art on super rare. It's kind of like joining the club of really specialized individuals who have the funds, the time, and the means to be able to go out and get the highest returns on some of these very rare and somewhat inaccessible NFTs. And they also have a blog, which you can check out here. I would recommend reading through the blog a little bit. And I also wanted to kind of highlight the BlackPool Academy, where they offer scholarships. This is something unique that I've not seen in other DeFi protocols yet. This is BlackPool Academy. It's the gaming division of their headquarters, where they use NFTs in gaming verticals to generate yield. What does that mean? So the Academy basically helps players monetize their time in the game by investing in specific NFTs that they lease to gamers via scholarships. They have managers that help them with training, with assignment, with earning distributions. And so this way, BlackPool lowers the cost of entry barrier to accessing these yield generating NFTs, which is pretty cool because for someone like me who isn't really a full-time gamer or have the funds to just go out and buy axies, this is a great way for me to gain that exposure while minimizing my downsides. So you can read more about it. This is kind of how the distribution is. 70% goes to the scholar, and then the rest goes back to the owner of the asset and then BlackPool itself. And if you are an owner of an Axie collection, or you're interested in unlocking the yield from your NFTs by having a BlackPool member manage your assets, you can contact them in their Discord. If you go to their metrics, AUM is assets under management. So rare are these sports trading cards, collectively around 2,500 ETH. They've got Axie. You can see they have some lands as well. They've got a ton of Axie scholars. They have smooth love potions. And so the total estimated value is also about 1,500. They have Cometh, which are spaceship trading cards. Guild of Guardians, OVR, hash masks. And if you scroll to the right, this is really interesting. They have Ultraviolet Vinyl Collection by Blau. Blau is a musician that is huge in the NFT space. I've covered him before in my previous videos where you can watch it right here. He recently announced earlier this month that if you own one of his NFTs, you'll get to own the rights to his music, which means you are potentially entitled to cash flows from that music. I actually picked up one of his pieces in anticipation of this news, so buying the rumor here. And so it's interesting to see that BlackPool has already went and collected 4 pieces of one of his albums. Now if you go to the bottom, total assets under management is around $13.7 million, so these guys are not playing around. They could have just bought 13 rocks. Okay, I'll stop. If you go to CoinGecko, you can check out how much their token is right now. There is a total supply of 52 million in circulation, 100 million total, and right now the market cap is only 26.6 million. So that's relatively small, considering that the NFT space itself, I could easily see this in the billions. This should be worth a lot more than 26 million. So it's continuously reached all-time highs just over the past, let's say, 3 months since it launched in May. And you can get it on dexes like SushiSwap and 1inch. If you go to their memorandum, they give you kind of like an overview of what it is they're doing, what they're holding. They also have a Medium, which they started off with, but I think most of it has moved to their blog. But basically, you know, they're introducing a first of its kind, actively managed tokenized NFT fund. There are other tokenized NFT funds such as NFTX. This one seems a little different in that it's more actively managed by select talents rather than just anyone being able to mint their NFTs in a vault and then get a token, and that's pretty much it. Ultimately, they are a DAO by the people for a people. And the DAO consists of, you know, the best from business, engineers, gamers, crypto creatives, you, me, the whole community, and they're really able to tap into the best of the best by having this DAO. So this is a really good visual of, you know, key hurdles or pain points, and then their solutions to overcome it, right? So you have on the left, researching the promising projects is incredibly time consuming. I can tell you this firsthand. It takes a lot of time to constantly try and stay on top of, you know, the next big one or the new projects that keep coming out, especially in a mania or especially near a peak. And so their solution is to scale the research to basically an army of managers that have excelled to the top of their respective NFT platforms. They also help you target the scarcity of the assets and differentiate what are the good ones from potential scams, from potential like pump and dumps, because as we've seen in the crypto space, whenever there is a successful project or NFT, it is followed almost immediately by a massive pile-on of copycats trying to imitate the original success. Most NFT holders focus on one platform, and so they miss out on the broader ecosystem, which is kind of the opportunity cost, right? Like if you're specialized in just gaming NFTs and you're really, really good at it, you probably don't have the time or maybe the funds to also be really, really good and specialize in digital collectibles, right? And so BlackPool helps by providing that exposure to the broader ecosystem with their own specialists in each. The best NFTs are prohibitively expensive. If you go through BlackPool, they give you a fractionalized exposure to some of these across all platforms. And last but not least, non-fungibility means liquidity issue, like I was saying earlier. So it may be difficult to take profits. So one of the ways that BlackPool also combines NFTs with DeFi is that you can stake your BlackPool token, which would give you the xBPT, and that represents your share in the community ownership of the NFTs. But staking also allows you to participate in earning a share of the yield generated by the barrel and unlock other special features in the future. Remember, don't trust verify, so you can always do that by copying and pasting this token address into Etherscan. So this is like the DeFi part of BlackPool. You basically just go to token. It's an ERC20 token, so they're all fungible. And what you can do is buy directly here through a Sushi Swap integration. You can stake it. You can also add liquidity and then take that liquidity and stake that. Right now, you would be getting about 16 to around 29% annualized yield by staking one of 3 to farm rewards. They even give you an option to buy crypto through Stake Capital. I personally would use a DEX. They've also rewarded participants in the DeFi and NFT space before April or May of this year. If you were, say, a subscriber of Rect, or you had 5 So Rare cards, or if you owned any of these NFTs or other tokens. And so if you're interested, this is how you can also get involved. And I'm going to drop all of this in the description below. And if you check out their Twitter, they have about 11,000 followers, which is great. And they recently just expanded their group of Axie Infinity managers. I consider that to be a bullish signal. Let me know what you think. Are you going to try and find the next etherrock, or are you going to join BlackPool Finance? Is there maybe something else that's similar that I might have missed? Would love to hear your feedback. If you've made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something or found this interesting. If so, please hit that like and subscribe button. Helps a lot with the new channel, and I will see you in the comments below.